Okay, Love is Blind, season 9. I'm recapping what was it, episodes 10 and 11. So, Netflix, let's wrap this shit up. This is a sham of a season. Let's wrap this shit show up. Okay, I'm going to get right into it. But before I do, please, you guys, please do not forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to my channel. Help your girl Ginger Snaps out. So, okay, I'm going to start with KB, aka Calabria, aka social worker, aka she's becoming a narcissist. She is, and I'll explain why later. And with we're going to discuss her relationship with Edmond, okay, aka are you on the spectrum, aka Mr. Booger Eater, aka you making out with the floor, aka it's giving, oh you are special, special. All right, my millennial Barney kids, we know what song that is. But anyways, so basically episode 10 and 11, listen, it was just KB lecturing and scolding Edmund the whole time. You see them, you think, oh, it's about to be, a little cute little date, a cute little scene. No, it always turns into KB nitpicking on Edmund. And when I said she's becoming a narcissist, what appears to be a narcissist, do you know why? It's rubbing off on her because Edmund is a covert narcissist. I repeat, Edmund is a covert narcissist and he weaponizes incompetence. Edmund triggers me because I dealt for 20 years with someone who was just like Edmund, right? Edmund has the ability to act very foolish, right? But it's like a loving foolishness. Like he's endearing to some people. I bet you to everyone he knows, he seems very outgoing. He knows how to turn on the charm. He's very charming. That's Edmund for you. Calabria is a straight shooter. She's an alpha woman, a go-getter, right? She's a social worker. So she's of service to others. She cares. So when people like Calabria, an alpha woman, is dealing with someone like Edmund who weaponizes incompetence, it is maddening to women like Calabria. It is enraging. So I understand why she was nitpicking. She seemed like she was nitpicking those two episodes. He does it on purpose. She was nitpicking about him helping her. He flat out told her no. Right? And then we'll pop up later. Oh, did you see my outfit? Did you see weaponized incompetence? He is a narcissist. It's all about him, him, him. When she's trying to get through to him and explain herself, you could tell she's trying to coach him on how to be more emotionally intelligent. He doesn't give a fuck. He just cares about having a good time and not being chastised by Calabria. Calabria has identified the issues in their relationship and she's trying to rectify it. He doesn't seem that way. You guys are unequally yoked. Calabria, girl, run. Girl, run because you are setting yourself up for destruction. Guys like Edmund, who are seemingly charming, are seemingly harmless, are in fact very harmful to your mental health and ultimately, I can see it in him, to your physical health. They seem unassuming, men like Edmund, until they knock you upside your head. I'm speaking on it like this because I know it, because I've been through it. I told you guys over and over again. I was with the good guy who has had everyone fooled. Everyone fooled. Men like Edmund, everyone thinks they can do no wrong. They have angel wings. They're just just that guy, right? They're a man's man, when in fact, Edmond is a beta male. He is no alpha male. And the mistake that many women make, like Calabria is making now, is that you are an alpha woman trying to baby a beta man. It's not going to work. Let this be a cautionary tale. Here, even though this season is a sham, we have several illustrative scenes on what not to do and what kind of man to not pick, you guys. This happens all the time. It ends badly. Where seemingly alpha male, first of all, listen, Edmond can't lead you out of the house. Calabria wants a man. Listen, women like Calabria, right? They can lead, but they don't want to lead. They want to be led. They want to rest in their femininity. If reason calls for women like Calabria to step up to the plate, yes, they can and they will, but they don't want to be in that role all the time. We need a man. First of all, we have to make sure, can you lead me? And if you're going to lead me, I need to be, comfortable and assured that you can lead me so that I'm not being led into the abyss. And Edmond is not, I can spot it now, a beta ass, zeta ass male. Edmond cannot do that. He is incapable. Edmond needs a beta woman as well. A beta woman, like a girl who doesn't mind. That's what I call a beta. A beta woman who will just take his antics and be like, baby, it's okay. And not call just two dumbos together, two peas in a dumbass pod. That's the kind of woman Edmond needs. A woman like, what was her name? Not Allie. The other one who we'll get to later, who was with the guy that they think he's gay. I forgot. We'll get back to it. But anywho, you guys are unequally yoked. And what did I tell you guys in the last review? Calabria is a whole ass nigga. Episode 11, she straight out calls him a bitch.
At me, bitch, because you're not letting me talk.
And I said it in the first review. Edmond is a bitch. He's very bitch-like. And the thing is, Edmond, it's like talking to a wall. But here's the trick that these kind of beta men are very adept at. Here, did y'all notice? Watch. When she called him a bitch, did you not feel bad for Edmond? Did you not feel bad for Edmond? I felt bad. I felt bad. They know, again, how to weaponize their incompetence to the point where you forget about how incompetent they are and you feel bad for them immediately. I felt bad. And now, look, Calabria looks like the narcissist, calling him all kinds of bitch. She looks verbally abusive towards him while he sat there with his puppy dog face. Listen, I'm telling you, it's a skill that these men have. And you are automatically deemed the bad guy when people have no clue the bullshit you have to put up with these beta males. I'm telling you, ladies out there, let this be an example. So I don't know if they're going to make it down the aisle. They go wedding dress shopping. I don't know. Calabria, did you sign a contract in blood? No matter come hell or high water to stay in this? Because ain't no way. I would have freaking beat the crap out of Edmond. I'm sorry. I don't have the patience. Calabria doesn't have the patience. Right? So maybe you know what? I did notice that her Instagram is Instagramming. Maybe she just is trying to get herself out there. I don't know, because it's beyond me why Calabria would put up with this bullshit. I would have thrown Edmond off a roof. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's where it ends off. Just bickering. She's trying on wedding dresses and it looks like they're going to make it down the aisle. Who knows what happens, but good luck to them. Okay, next up we have Nick, aka Be Who You Are. for your pride. And Annie, excuse me, aka Happy Birthday, Mr. President. That's what Annie's giving. Annie, when I think of her, I just think a mop of blonde hair and drunkenness. That is Annie's persona with overdrawn, plumped up lips, and glazed over eyes. That's all I see. Nick, to me, listen, I don't know what people are seeing behind the scenes. I don't detect gay, right? I think because he told that story in the pods about, his mother thought he was gay or something, that people are taking it and running with it. I just see him as very straight laced. His mother did say he's different, right? He has an old soul. There are people who've been here before and they don't act like, the typical guy or girl. And so, Nick, to me, he's handsome. I remember the guys were saying they didn't like him. Again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. To me, he seems like, he might have a little bit of fuck boyism in him, but when you're in the pods, it's a competition in a sense, right? There's a lot of fuck boys in the pods and a lot of, dating multiple people and picking and rejecting. I mean, if that's what makes him, unlikable, there's a lot of people in Love is Blind seasons past that are more unlikable than Nick. So Nick, to me, he's harmless because we have seen other people who are way worse. Anywho, so Annie is unwell. Annie is unhinged. Annie, you need to seek therapy. You need to love yourself. You need to gain some self esteem. I don't know if it was the liquor talking or what, but she kept harassing Nick. And I felt bad for him about, does he love her? Do you love me? Do you love me? Are you gonna say, you know that song? The beginning, to throw some D's on that. Just bought a Cadillac. Do you love me? Are you gonna say you love me? She just kept hounding him about loving her. Like, what are we missing? Something's missing here. Something is missing. She kept begging him for a peck. I know the peck was it was a little awkward. Maybe he doesn't like to show affection on camera. We don't know. He says he loves her, but it's not enough for her. He was like, "What the fuck more do you want from me,
Do
woman?
you want from me?
What do you want him to blow your back out? Will that show? I don't even know if they're sleep. Are they sleeping together? I don't know. Maybe that's why. Is he not laying pipe down? A lot of women conflate sexual physical activities with love, and that is not the case. That is not the case. And it's sad that as grown women, we still get these wires crossed, as we will see with Madison. Madison played herself lovely, but she was digmatized. More on that later. So she keeps harassing Nick. Nick doesn't know what to do. And he's just like, bitch, leave me alone. I'm trying to eat this quesadilla. I'm trying to eat this chalupa. I'm trying to eat this, Nacho Bel Grande, right? Can I please have my meal in peace? And I got annoyed with her too. Annie, go touch grass. Go just anywhere but here. Get away from him. Get away from him. Scram.
Scram! Leave her alone. She doesn't want to talk to you. Get out.
But anyhow, so then the next scene, it's more hounding. It's more, well, actually, no. Nick rolled up on her and was like, "Bitch, you keep harassing me. I don't know what else you want me to do." I think he waited for her to sober up because she was sober. And then they get into this argument. He's like, "Listen, marriage is serious to me. Marriage is serious. I can't have you be all, you know, insecure if we're in a marriage together. Like, this is, and it is, I think his parents are still together. He takes it seriously. He looks like he was well raised. He's just not used to toxic, you know, just toxicity and turmoil. Who needs that in a relationship, let alone a marriage? And Annie is like, oh no, nigga, you are not breaking up with me. Absolutely not. He was like, yeah, no, don't, please don't. She's like, I will be a great mother. I will be a great wife. You have not displayed that thus far. All you have shown Nick and us, the audience, is that you are unhinged. You cannot regulate your emotions. You are a lush. Your wig is sliding down, right? Your wig needs a little shifting. You're not well. You're not marriage material. And that's basically what Nick told her. And they got into this like huge argument, which ended in them breaking up. And good, good. Because Annie, you are not okay. Annie, you need to go to Calabria and seek help. Help. Calabria can help you with that. Unbelievable. Okay, next stop is Joe and Madison. Listen, Joe, we did it. We did it, Joe.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
We didn't fall into the trap that is a loveless and doomed marriage. Listen, a lot of people are getting on Joe. Joe is my guy. Joe is a beacon of light in the love and hip hop. Why do I keep saying love and hip hop? Sorry, in the love is blind fuckery, Joe. Kudos to you, Joe. Do you know why I say kudos to you? Joe was putting himself first. Granted, we still don't know the real reason why that he couldn't do it. I'm telling you, as soon as they met, Joe was not feeling Madison. When he saw her, he's not physically attracted to her. He'll blow her back out. He's not physically attracted to her. But fine, some people can get over that. But once he started to be around her and see her personality and her neediness, oh, he was completely turned off. You can tell.
I want to I want to get up on you and snuggle. I need like a hug.
We're at dinner.
They must have told him to stick it out, but he basically had a full-on panic attack. He had a realization that I cannot go through with this. Let's backtrack. So he meets Madison's family, right? They're all so excited. So giddy. Like Madison's sister was really hyped. The mother gets emotional because she wants someone to be there for Madison when she goes blind because she's slated to go blind due to a medical condition. She doesn't know if it's a year from now or 99 years from now. I don't know, something like that. So he's like, no, that doesn't change anything. I love her, right? He's still not sure during this scene, but he's with it. They're like, we hope you don't run out on her like you did your ex-fiance, because Joe shared with them that he was once in a relationship for 5 years. He was miserable. He got engaged. And when it was time for him to go deliver the invitations, he broke it off. He couldn't bring himself. And that is smart. That is smart. And a lot of people know it's not right. Listen, this Love is Blind season 9, even though it's pure fuckery, it is a case study. This should be taught in colleges. This whole season should be shown in like marital counseling courses. This is vital information that Love is Blind is illustrating to us. Because many of us, and I'm talking like this because I did it. I was in a relation before I got married to my ex-husband. We were together for 7 years. Like we were together basically end of high school and on. I knew when I tell you guys, I knew that I knew that I knew I was not supposed to marry him. I knew it. Other people knew it. I shared with some people. I got cold feet. I did it anyway. I married him anyway. It ended catastrophically, my marriage. I was married for 13 years. It ended catastrophically. By the grace of God, I'm still alive. By the grace of God, I did not, you know, self delete or was not deleted by him. By the grace of God. Anywho, kudos to Joe, right? For seeing in the future. Like he does not want to be in a loveless, miserable marriage. And if your relationship starts off and you're annoyed by your partner, you can tell Joe is annoyed by Madison. It's not going to work. He does not want that kind of woman. First of all, he's not attracted to her physically. Nothing's wrong with her physically. That's just not his type. Not his type. Not his type. She's not his type. And that's totally fine. Number two, she's needy. Even her mom said when she gets, into her fiery mode, just grab her and hug her. Not everyone wants to do that shit. Right? Why I gotta sit there? Why when she gets into her fretful, mania, why I gotta grab her and comfort her and console her? No, I agree with him. He doesn't want to put up with that. She's like in a constant mania, bickering back and forth. He described her as fiery. She must be a fire sign. Not everyone wants to deal with that. We all have different personalities. Her personality may go with someone else. His personality can't tolerate that. And that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. But nonetheless, he puts on a front when he meets her family and he's very, um go with the flow. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be there for her. He knows damn well he's about to bail on this bitch. He knows good and goddamn well. So now at the fitting, everybody on the woman's side, yay, yay, trying on dresses, which triggers me as well. The trying on dresses. Ugh. On the men's quarters, Joe has a full on panic attack. You could tell while he's trying on the tux, they're trying to help him tie the tie. He's like, I can tie the tie, that goddamn tie, leave me alone. Like, he is just irritable. His friend's like, has it sunk in yet? He's like, yo, dude, shut the fuck up. He just spazzed on his homeboy. Then he's like, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. He leaves. He can't do it. And I don't blame him. I don't blame Joe one bit. So in the next scene, oh my God, this scene right here, I this has to be the most intense scene this season and probably in a couple of seasons. So now we're back at Joe and Madison's apartment and they're talking and he tells her that he had basically a nervous breakdown at the tux fitting. So they basically break up. But this breakup was, first of all, Madison, shame. Shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Shame on you as a woman groveling at the feet of a man who does not want you. Madison made me sick in this scene. So she's like, wait, why? What about us isn't working? He's like, I don't know. You could tell he doesn't want to hurt. He knows why he doesn't want to be with her. But he dropped t- um some, oh my God, I can't talk. He dropped some clues. Madison, maybe she can't see it. Sorry, but no, but he dropped some clues as to why. But he keeps saying, I don't know, it's not just right. What about us? It's not just right. He's like, I don't know. You're not my person. What do you mean? I'm not your person. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. But why doesn't it feel right? I don't know, Madison. It just, I can't see it. Okay, but okay. Well, picture this. What about if we met out in the real world? What up? No, first she asked, is it the timeline that we're speeding to marriage? Is it the time? He's like, nope, it's not the timeline. Okay, well, if we were in the real world, would do you think it would have worked instead of being on this show? Here's the clue. He's like, actually, I think we made it further in this experiment than in the wild. She's like, why? What? He's like, yeah, because I think we made it further. I got to know you. I don't think I would have gotten to know you this much out in the wild. Do y'all know what that means? That means he wouldn't have even looked your way, shorty. He would not have even looked your way, given you the time of day to even get to know you. There it is right there, y'all. There it he said it. He said it. If someone says, "Oh, I got to know you too much," then I would have gotten to know you in public. That means he wouldn't have even given you the chance for you guys to get to know each other. There it is right there. He ain't checking for you, boo. He ain't checking for you. You're not his type. And she doesn't want to admit that, right? She wants to hear something else to justify, like, it's a slap in the face. It doesn't mean you're ugly, Madison. You're not his type. She's not hearing that. She doesn't want to hear that nor accept it, right? So then she's sitting there boo-hooing, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. And she's like, you don't even care. He's like, yes, I do. You don't even want to, you're not even hugging me. He was like, fine, I'll hug you. No, I don't want you to hug me. This is why, bitch. Like, can you guys blame Joe? Can you blame Joe? Joe is the MVP this season. I'm sorry. Joe, you are the man. You did it, Joe. You did it. You didn't get trapped with this maniac, with this lunatic. Can you imagine when she loses her vision and trying to lead her and she's like, what are you doing? Where we go? Like, can you imagine her holding on to Joe and she's like snapping at him? No, absolutely not. And then she starts boo-hooing some more, boo-hooing, and he goes outside in a confessional. He's like, oh, I feel relieved. You can tell he was just not, no. And he stood his ground. I'm glad he did. I'm glad. Okay, another unequally yoked couple. We have Sparkle Megan and Tired Jordan. Y'all, Jordan is tired. He is tired. Okay. Megan keeps freaking harassing this dude, and he's tired. He's so tired that he was brought to tears. So let's start from the beginning. So we have it where were they? Where the hell were they? Oh yeah, they met up with Jordan's parents. Very nice people, very fine people. And they were, it's the regular banter of meeting parents and, oh, we love each other. Yes, we're sure. And Megan, this season is full of women who are whole ass niggas. This season is nothing but alpha women, right? Whole ass niggas these women are this season. So we have Megan, Sparkle Megan, who asks for Jordan's hand in marriage from his parents. I was like, wait, what? What are we doing? She was like, I know it's traditional for the man to ask the parents for the woman's hand, but I'm asking you for Jordan's hand. I was like, listen, Megan is a strong alpha woman. And then the mother, who's ever so prim and proper, she responds, oh yes, most assuredly. I was like, most assuredly. What is this, Pride and Prejudice? What is this freaking what's the British show? Damn. Damn, what's the Mr. Darcy? Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's giving Bridgerton, right? It's giving Downton Abbey, most assuredly. I was like, oh my god. So anyhow, so after that, okay, fine. And the next scene that they're in, they go to a place, some kind of hat store called Kimosabe. First of all, why is everything? Is this Colorado's in the Midwest, right? Why is everything like cowboy rancher theme out in the Midwest? Everybody walking around with freaking plaid and boots and hats and why is a place named Kimosabe? I hope it's a Native American that owns Kimosabe because isn't that like culture appropriation? I don't know. That stuck out to me. Kimosabe. But it had a lot of Native American wares in there. I like they had like a shawl, like a little it was like a shawl kind of with Native American like designs on it. And they have like cowboy hats that they light on fire. That was weird. That was really weird to me. But anywho, and Sparkle Mag talking about they're gonna wear the hats at the wedding. That is the most Midwestern thing if I ever heard. Because here in the East Coast, we don't have a lot of cowboy themes. Like they just opened like a cowboy boot store around here on the East Coast, the first of its kind. Other than that, I don't know. Anywho, so now she starts talking about, so they went to see a house beforehand and she was talking about numerology and she's really into school districts and areas and like the numerology in the house number has to equal to certain numbers 6 and 7 and 8 and the zip code got to match and this. I agree with her about school districts, right? If you want your kids to go to a good school, pick an area where the public school is amazing and buy your home there. The problem is many times the homes are expensive in these types of school district. So what I did with my kids, I lived in an okay school district, right? Like just a regular school district. But I sent my kids to Catholic school. That's what people do usually. You either live in a good district or live in an okay, like where the houses aren't crazy, like you're not paying $800,000-$900,000, and just send your kids to parochial school. So that's what I did. So, she's right, but the house numbers and numerology, she's doing too much. She's doing way too much. It's not that serious. Just make sure the school has a good school district and a low mill rate. That's what you people need to focus on, the mill rate as well. Anywho, so they're talking and you could tell, listen, this couple is so unequally yoked. It's not even funny. Jordan, like, he can't fathom, right? He can't fathom paying millions of dollars. That's not his ministry to pay millions of dollars, like 1.5 million, 2 million for a home. That is Megan's ministry. That is not Jordan's. You could tell he's uncomfortable. Jordan is uncomfortable when he's with Megan. She comes on strong, and it's not her fault because she is a successful alpha, strong-headed, strong-willed, assertive woman. Jordan regularly is just a regular guy, but around her, he shrinks. He shrinks because of his station in life, and I felt bad for him. So now there's in the next scene, they're at their place and they're packing up, right? I guess they're packing, before the wedding. I don't know. They're just packing. And then she gets on him again about not talking. I guess he's really quiet around her. So she's a talker. She talk, 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 talk. And Jordan doesn't talk much. So she was urged. Wait, side note. I kept looking at Megan and I'm like, she looks like something or somebody. It kept nagging me. It kept nagging me. Finally, I realized she looks like Cindy Lou Who, right? What is that? It's from Cindy. Is it from Dr. Seuss? It's from something. Cindy Lou Who, You Who, something like that. That's what she looks like. Anyway, so she keeps telling him, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me about your job. Talk to me about your job. He's like, I work so hard. I'm tired. I don't want to talk about my job. She's like, I just want to know who's an asshole. She's like, I don't want to talk. I work hard. I work hard. And he low key started like, did he start crying? Does anyone know what Jordan does for work? Like, no, see, I have to go look that up because Jordan, are you working on the railroad all the live long day? That's what it sound like. He sound like I've been working on the railroad all the live long day just to pass the time. Like he sounds like. Does he work in a what you call it? A freaking oil rig? Does he work down to the barnyard? Does he work at some freaking gas tank? Like, what does he do? Because he sounds like he is not feeling his job. Either that or he probably doesn't want to talk about his job because it, their conversation dynamic is weird because I feel like Megan constantly rubs it in his face that she lives a life of luxury and leisure. She does. Every other word was, I could play tennis at 10 a.m. I could, go to Aspen. I could come back for happy hour. I could do this. I could do that. My job. I can make my own schedule. I could buy what I want when I want. I got it like that. And he feels insecure and diminished. Like he probably doesn't work a terrible job, but he probably works a corporate job. But compared to Megan, it's probably like a blue collar job. Compared to what Megan does, how Megan lives, he sounds like a layman. And I feel like he doesn't want to bring up his job because she'll probably say something to like diminish it or one up him. I feel like that's what she does to him. And he said so. He said, "You come on strong. You tell me I'm not allowed to be tired." And then she still didn't get it. She was like, "I asked you how your day was and you don't want to say anything. And you can ask me how my day was." He's like, "I did ask you how your day was." She was like, "I know." See, she's not listening to him. That's a turnoff for men. She's coming on too strong and he feels he's minimized in front of her. Like you're coming on way too strong. Megan, he's tired. What I did disagree with him is he told her, "Listen, with the kids, you got to slow down. You can't be doing this and doing that. I know you got nanny money. I don't want no nanny. You can't just get up and go. It's a chore to bring kids like to Italy." I disagree because yes, you can have kids, but you can also like have free time for yourself, Jordan. Jordan needs free time. I don't think he is a full-time dad. I believe they have shared custody. So Jordan, if you are on friendly terms with if you have a good co-parenting relationship and he's on good terms with what's his son's name? Luca's mom. Oh, you can most assuredly create time for yourself. Listen, I'm a single divorced mom to 3 kids. You best believe, yes, I'm tired, but I make time for myself and I'm out of here. I'm traveling. I am out of here. I am in these streets. There's mommy mode and then there's in these streets mode for me. Absolutely not. And it's not a chore to travel with kids. I do my solo travel, but I also take my kids. We going to see the world. Luca deserves to see the world. Take your kid and travel with him, Jordan. Maybe that's where Sparkle Meg can step in, right? Help him show Luca the world. Yeah, let's take him along. Some men, it's such a chore, like doing certain things with kids, they feel like it's too much. Women, no, listen, I have been on international waters with all 3 of my kids by myself. To Disney World with my kids by myself, on several cruises with my kids by myself. These kids, let's go. Let's go. So I disagree with him there. He needs a break. He needs it life, yes, as we are single parents, but we don't have to be in parent mode all the time. Like you need to get out and create a few days for yourself to recharge and then get back to it. We need it as parents. We need that. So Megan, I think at the end, maybe she got it when he broke low key, like broke down. She was like, "I'm sorry, I hear you." He was like, "I don't think you hear me," but she got quiet. I hope it sunk in. But then she went back to I can play tennis. Shut the fuck up. Yes, we know you play tennis. We know. You live a life of leisure. We know, with your little tennis skirt and your racket, and you go golfing. Stop like, I honestly think that was deliberate to make Jordan feel bad about his station in life and to one up him. So I don't think they'll make it down the aisle. Like, it weighs on him. You could tell if she were more humble, right, and not so braggadocious, I think he would be more secure. Yeah, maybe you move into a modest $500,000 house. He does not have the money you do. Why the hell are you moving this man into a $2 million home? He's not used to that. He's not. Give him time. So let him feel like he's contributing, because it would have been her contributing mostly to the house. So you can hold that above his head. Like, even though he's not in the same um economic level as Megan, but allow him to feel like he's contributing, right? Make it easy, like level the playing ground when you guys get married. Like, she was just so foul. She was so foul and deliberate. Anyways, so then it ended off with that. And then the last couple, I really don't care about. This couple, I forgot about them. Anton and Allie. Basically, Allie accuses Anton of drinking too much. Anton accuses Allie of what's her name? Allie, of being a slob. And she was like, she said, hell, first she said, where's the drinks? This is concerning, because I guess he was down in drinks, down in drinks. He doesn't strike me as a drunk, but he has a high tolerance. He was down in them. But then what did he do? A typical, man. He turned the pages on her. He turned the tables on her and says, well, you a slob. You don't clean. You don't cook. And she said, you damn right. She said, most assuredly. She said, most assuredly, I don't clean. Most assuredly, I'm not cooking, nigga. And he was like, oh, okay. She was like, hell yeah, I don't give a fuck. But you, sure, sir, are a lush. He's like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. That's what she said. And she was low key upset about him going to strip clubs. Like, we can't get mad at shit like that. Once you guys get married, yes, I don't think he should be going to strip clubs. But if he was single and he went to strip clubs before he met you, that's a different. That doesn't count. That's not something to hold against him. They don't look like they're gonna make it either. Anton has been going with the flow just to go. They're not a good match. They're not a good match either. All right, so the next episodes are is it the weddings? Well, let's listen. Netflix, wrap this shit up. It's getting old. Come on. Moving along. Moving along. I'm getting annoyed with Love is Blind now. So stay tuned for, when does it come out? The 22nd. So I will be reviewing that as well. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will most assure